What is up, everybody? You know what time it is.
We're doing shit.
It's another freaking week where we're going to be working on the Civic, but we're at the home base here, and a lot of you guys have been asking about the Z's and some of our other projects, so we're going to give you a quick rundown on those before we get into it.
They're here.
They're here, so let's get it. All right, it's a beautiful foggy day in Washington. It's about 30 degrees outside. It's pretty cold, but you know, the weather doesn't stop us. So
We just do shit.
Yeah. So anyway, this is a home base. You guys have seen this before. We got the wagon here. The wagon transmission's bad. I'm ordering a rebuild kit soon. I'm gonna rebuild the T50. Gonna do that in a video with my boy Danzig, so you guys can kind of get a rundown of what it's like to rebuild an ancient dinosaur transmission. The Civic is still doing great. 3D printing parts for it. Tomorrow I'm going to be putting a 3D printed lip on it, and I'll be making a video about that. So that'll be really interesting. The 8.6 is still here. It's having a little bit of an electrical issue, a little bit of a charging issue. I still have to go through it. CRV, it is completely fucking torn apart. Casey went hard, ripped the whole dash out. He was looking for a leak. We found the leak. We dried it out. But this thing has an entire manual swap in it, and we have to swap the entire dash harness out, all the pedals, steering column, weld in the shifter assembly. We're going to change the transmission, everything, engine, everything. We have brand new everything for this. That will be a series coming up soon, but not now. We got to wait for till we move all the tools and stuff from the shop over here and kind of get this garage to be the new mini shop, basically, is what we're doing. That's why we're spending all of our time on the Civic, and we're not working on anything else right now, because we're kind of like, we got 2 months left
to get that shit out of there.
Yeah, to get the Civic out of there, and we're trying to get as much done as possible before it goes to Aaron's house, where we'll probably finish it there, and then it'll come over here for the final touches.
Just little shit.
Yeah, but here's the Celica. Celica has been doing awesome. I mean, not really, it's been sitting in here. Basically, we parked it because it had a bunch of issues.
Leaks!
It was leaking from the windshield everywhere. And I don't want to have to take this out and regasket it, because I've had a bad track record with breaking windows when removing them, especially the gasketed ones. So
That one's perfect.
Yeah, so I'm going to tape this off, and I'm just going to try to do the best caulking job of my life around here to seal it up, and then we're going to put the trim back over it. We have a bunch of parts for this thing. All new brake system, new wheel bearing, new starter, what else? All new front suspension components, tie rods, inner tie rods, pitman arms, everything. This thing is going to be so solid. I'm going to be working on this tomorrow. The Z, you guys have asked about this a lot. The Z is pretty much ready to go. Like, we've driven it up and down the road a bunch of times. We got this really, really cool, we got the power tune dash. I don't know if you guys have ever seen the dash we're gonna ditch the S2000 dash, and we're gonna be running this. It's a tablet dash, and this is that cool dash that you see, like, has like the anime girl flashing her titties, or like
KFC going crazy.
Yeah, Colonel Sanders, or the fucking Street Fighter. Like, it doesn't really, there's so many layouts for this. It's really nifty. So we actually have to pull the dash to put that in. But yeah, I mean, this thing is looking pretty, and we just can't wait. Casey is chomping at the bit to get this thing on the road for sure. So yeah, that's pretty much the update on that. But yeah, we're gonna jet over to the shop, and we're gonna start working on the real shit, the K-swap, the Civic.
Shit.
Yeah.
Yay!
All right, my pockets are on fire.
Hand warmers!
Got one in each pocket. You know,
They do the job.
gotta stay kind of warm out here.
I'm gonna drill some holes in that there firewall.
Yes, sir.
This is a really shitty bit, so it's probably gonna take a while. I think it's gonna work.
Cool.
It might be a little, I think
Cool.
I think it's gonna work.
Hell yeah, brother. All right, so we have this right here. This goes through the inside and goes to the ECU, and then that's got to go through the hole and then we got to thread this on, which is gonna kind of lock it into place. But hopefully it fits. Damn it! Oh, you got it. Yeah, keep pushing.
Okay.
Keep it going. It needs to go through more.
That's,
Is it maxed?
I think so. Yeah.
Uh-oh. What's it hitting on in there?
Nothing, I don't think.
All right, first issue was basically the wiring harness has to fit into this socket in order to have enough threads poking out to actually lock it into place. And the sides of this hole were just ever so slightly, maybe a millimeter or two, getting in the way. So Aaron's gonna see if he can fit this trusty old file in there. That's a terrible noise.
Agreed.
So, the file is gonna take 200 years, but we got this little ghetto-ass trick that we like to do, and this is why none of our step bits are good. But here we go. If we had a carbide bit, that would be cool, like but those are like really expensive. Was the drill technique, was it crude? Yes. Did it work? Yes. See how nice that looks? You know, I know you guys were watching this when we were first going into it with the step bit. You're like, oh damn, that's gonna look like shit. That's not too bad. So yeah, what we're gonna do now is we're gonna spray a little paint in a little cup, and then we're gonna put it around the edges, prevent corrosion, and then we're gonna throw that back on. All right, so now let's put this thing on. All right, it's on there. We got this. All right, I can see the threads. Okay. All right, it's on there. Sick. Look at that thing. That thing looks sick.
Boom.
All right, the test.
Boom.
Boom. We gotta tighten that big nut on there, but that looks good. Look at that. Boom.
Harness.
Quick disconnect. You need to take the engine out. Say less. What do you got there, buddy?
Got a radiator.
We're at Ace. We're going to Ace Hardware. We gotta find some
Machine screws.
Gotta find some machine screws, so we're gonna just bring the whole radiator in with us. We just went to Harbor Freight, got some flap discs, and then we just went to O'Reilly's and picked up all the coolant stuff, hoses,
Some hose.
all that stuff. So yeah, we're just doing what we do best, just walking around with a radiator.
We got 4 hose in the van.
Yeah, we got a lot. In this episode of Just Try Everything Out.
I think I did it.
Did you? Thread it all the way down. Does it seem solid? Mm-hmm. Feel it. Oh, that's super solid. We're back.
We got stuff.
We're back from our trip. We got hose. A lot of it. That's for this. We also got this little heater hose, and we're gonna use both 90s to shoot off of here, and then that's gonna go to 2 straight couplers, and then that's gonna go to here and to the one down under here. So yeah, and then we got this, and this is gonna go, we're gonna cut it up, but it's gonna go straight from the water pump, and then it's gonna go right into the radiator. But we found that the radiator touches the alternator because we built the radiator brackets before we put the alternator in. So now we're gonna have to change our brackets, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. So we're gonna start refabbing that, but we also got to do the header, and we got the flap wheels and some grinding wheels, because last time when you saw I wasn't wearing safety glasses, we were basically trying to notch this rear mount out so the header will fit. The header's touching still, so we're gonna keep notching it. and keep chipping away at it until it actually fits. And then once we can get it on the head and get it not touching that, that's when we'll extend it and make it a little bit lower.
We did shit.
Yeah. So
It worked.
show them what you did.
I put one of my hose there.
Look how nice that is.
She fit real nice.
So you know how we ran into the problem of the radiator touching the alternator? Now it doesn't touch. It's pretty close, about a ½ inch, but as you know, this engine's not moving that much. Yeah. And we took the bracket off of that side. We bent these forward a little bit so we can pitch the radiator this way, which did the trick. And then we changed this bracket. We bent it up and moved it from here to down here to compensate for the fact that the radiator's moved forward. And now it's so sturdy that we're not even going to put one on this side. We're just going to run these 3 brackets, and this hose should stabilize the radiator, but it is solid. Like, it's not going anywhere. We've got the new bolts on there, actually mounted really well. We're going to hold off on this because Aaron's going to get a -1690, and we're actually going to get a real 90 that puts it out like here. And then we can run like a 90 and then kind of the same setup down here straight into this. So
We'll just be able to run a 90, and then if we want, we can even run a 90 off of this end.
Yeah.
And then just run a straight hose.
yeah, so now before we move to the radiator or to the coolant hoses for the heater, we're gonna have to deal with this header situation. So I'm gonna throw these safety glasses. One of you guys was concerned, and you're absolutely right. I got some parts. We got the fitting for this, so we're gonna put that. We're gonna get straight into it. Last time we were out here, I was fucking grinding.
Get straight into this? That's fucking homophobic and transphobic.
Sorry, I'm gonna keep working on grinding.
There we go. There we go.
Yeah, grinding out this fucking trans mount.
Oh,
You look like the Voyager 1.
hey, can you
Bro, if you can get that on there straight, I will fucking kiss you on the mouth, dude.
dude, of course you will.
Yeah, he's not gonna do it though, that's the problem.
Yeah, a problem for you probably.
And then I'll use the other ones to trim and cut pieces out.
Yeah.
You're gonna use the other pieces of this to trim and cut them out?
Or I could also do it like so.
You should cover the whole windshield.
Yeah, just keep going.
Yeah.
Just do the
Big
whole
stripe
thing.
all the way down.
Yeah.
Yes, I lit this with a lighter so I could light the joint with this.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, I mean, look how cool you look. You're basically Vin
fucking-
Diesel.
I'm really something.
What, like, more bisexual than he is. All right. So, as you've seen in some of our previous videos, if you follow me on Instagram, you know we're always doing 3D printing shit.
Unfollow.
I kind of suck, but I'm practicing a lot.
Come on.
Anyway, just came up with these side skirts. I put them on my car. I'll put a picture right here. Where? Right there. I'll put a picture right there. Also, I'm gonna probably put these on Aaron's car, but he hasn't really expressed a lot of.
He doesn't even want them.
Yeah, I don't know if he even likes them. Yeah, he said he wanted them, but his eyes said something different.
His eyes are just like, ah.
Anyway, this is the
I'd
side.
rather spend $4,000 on nice side skirts.
It's printed in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pieces, and it's glued together and soldered together with a melty boy. So let's put it on Aaron's car and see what it looks like.
Disclaimer. They're gonna warp.
Well, I already see where I fucked it up. Look at the fender cutout. It needs to be longer.
Bro,
God damn it.
what were you thinking?
Nothing an angle grinder can't fix. Oh!
It sits pretty well on the back.
You guys want any 3D printed parts for this car? I have a bunch of parts, and I'm about to make a lot more, and I'm about to post them all to my eBay. So link in the description for the eBay if you want to check out what kind of parts I have for sale.
Yeah.
I found scissors.
You sure you want to use those?
Huh?
What if you cut yourself?
Yeah, that's true.
Here we go. Go. I guess we could start messing with the fuel pump. We got the fuel pump here. She's smelly. I don't know what they put on this thing, but it smells really bad. I think, what is this, a Walbro 170 or something?
I think it's a 255.
Walbro 255 fuel pump. So, and she's stinky. Let's see, flow. Doesn't really say shit on it, but anyway, this is it. We're gonna have to try to figure out how to adapt it to the Civic, and then we also have to get down there in that cobweb of a mess and try to get the old fuel pump out. All right, welcome to the Spider Kingdom, and this is the cover for the fuel pump. So we're gonna pull that off and see what kind of nightmares await underneath of this cover, because it probably has never been off, but we're gonna find out for sure if that's the case. Let's see what kind of mysteries lie under the entrance to the Spider Kingdom. I'm unlocking the front door right now. Ah! It's full of fucking dirt. Oh my God, I'm glad we got under here. Your fuel lines are corroded, brother.
Are they?
Oh yeah. Looks like I just discovered a lost ancient tomb with curses you couldn't even imagine. Anyway, here's the fuel pump. So now we're gonna work on getting that out. But before we get that out, we discovered that there's actually a nifty drain bolt on the tank. And this gas, if there's gas in there, is not good. And ask me how I know, but if you don't drain the tank and you pull this off, guess what happens? The tank drains itself anyway, but it drains itself all over where you're trying to fucking work. So we'll get to this, but let's crack that drain plug. Nice! What are you doing over here?
Fucking around. I'm taking stuff out of this shitty dash that's like, okay, it looks okay on this side, but just fucked.
Yeah, this dash is fucked.
Uh-oh.
We blew the...
How?
Either the power went out, or we blew the breaker. What? Why?
The power went out.
Why?
Not
It's not
now.
even storming outside. We got shit to do.
Guess we gotta open the door up.
I was filming when it went out, too. Well, I guess we don't really need power unless we use the power tools. Or if we want to see at all.
If you want to see what you're doing.
I guess we'll open the other door and see if we can get enough light in here.
Probably. That's annoying.
Oh, look at the car, though. Look at the paint.
It is pretty cool.
The sun really does it justice. Like, God
any
damn.
natural light.
Oh my God. Anyway, so Casey's over here just stripping this, ransacking this dash because we're gonna throw it away, but we're actually planning on selling.
If you need any Z parts, I used to have a giant post up when we first started the build, but we have a bunch of parts still, so if you need anything, let us know, please.
It got exponentially colder in here when we opened the doors. There's a draft now.
All right, the power went out, but that's not gonna stop us. Hopefully there's not more than 2 gallons in this thing, but the fuel gauge, I don't think worked, but I can't remember. It doesn't matter now. So we have power to the car. We're gonna break this free, try to get this under there. All right. So I just cracked the bolt. I'm gonna loosen it, and I'm just gonna leave it in there so it can drain. Oh God, it's not really draining like I wanted it to. So I think I'm just gonna pull the plug. Oh God, oh God. Hey. It's working. I bet you if we pull the gas cap off, it'll really drain.
You want me to pop it off?
Yeah, pop it off. Let's see what happens. There it goes. All right, this is getting kind of full, so.
It's got a bunch of fucking oil in it.
All right, well, let's pull this thing out and drain it into the bucket.
It's not going to be usable after the bucket.
Oh God! There's the gas. All right, let's see what this gas looks like now that we have this really cool bucket. Yeah, it's definitely kind of orange. Hopefully the tank isn't rusty. Yeah, that's some piss orange ass gas there. All right, so we had Jet. He came over and he found the breaker in the other shop and turned the power back on, but it turned off again. Aaron got a lot of this done. This looks really good. It has that Voyager 1 space feel. I really like it. He's still got more to do. We were gonna start working on grinding this down more because that's what needs to be done before we can run the heater hoses and all the other brake lines and stuff. But the power turned off again, so we don't even know how much more we can do. So we'll see. All right, so bad news. We started grinding down the mount and the breaker blew the power again. So I don't really know what to do.
Third time's the charm. Where the fuck out?
Yeah, we're not gonna have Jet keep coming out here and flipping the breaker for us. So
Yeah, and grind for 5 minutes.
yeah, so you know, it is what it is. I mean, we got some stuff done. We got the gas drained. Aaron had all this put on there. We started working on that. We have the fuel pump. We have a lot of parts. It's just, you know, we were out here for hours in the dark with no power.
Yeah.
And it came on, and then here we are again. So that's going to be the end of this video, guys.